Now, with these, we're talking about mental illness. Is there any changes that you guys have done to deal with people with mental illness? I don't know if you deal with it that much in the county. I know in the city we have a lot of it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would say that specifically in the city of Modesto, they probably deal with it at a higher ratio than we do. But we, of course, deal with it every day. And, the big thing right now is kind of this idea of alternative response models, right? Modesto is their MCERT program, I think is what they're calling it, where they're going to pair a clinician up with a cop, same car. They're going to respond to a lot of these calls. That I don't know if it's actually started yet or if it's in the process of starting. But it's a great idea, and I hope that it works. We are pursuing something a little bit different that should get approved in final budget for the county. And we are going to pair a clinician with an EMT in, I'll call it an ambulance, but it's not necessarily going to be like a full ambulance that you think of it. But not with a cop. And the reason is because of the geography that the sheriff's office services. It's just so much larger than any of our cities. We spend a lot of time driving around. And so what the intention is both, if you get the call of the crazy person somewhere, and where they're yelling at the stop sign, they might be suicidal, whatever the case may be, both law enforcement and this team, crisis mobile unit, I think it's the CMU is what that's kind of at least the working title. Both will be dispatched to handle that. If it's a law issue, the cop can handle it. And if it's just a mental health issue, then they'll turn it over to the CMU. They'll take it. The cop can go back to doing, cop work.
Right.
And so, slightly different model, kind of the same idea as the MCERT, just executed differently, again, based on the geography and the area that we have to cover. So by the time it's actually operational, right, if it goes live around October 1st, you're probably talking at least after the new year before it's fully operational. Because, of course, we all have to hire staff and equipment and training and so on to get there. But we are pretty optimistic that will help. But one of the challenges that we have is that, a lot of, like when we talk about this idea of alternative response models, whether it's this or something else, a lot of, your clinicians or whatnot, they're not going to respond to most things until a cop has made it safe. That's just the truth of the matter, right? Because if we get word that, this guy has a pipe, a pole, a stick, he's swinging it around, right? They're not going to want to go confront this guy and risk getting injured or killed. So it almost invariably will always come down to the cop getting that person into handcuffs or something and then turning them over.